Anyway, hello, welcome to the stream. City are off the back of a huge win against Leicester, and I mean huge, not to be snared at, just a great win for us, and just really happy to have gotten it. Great performance from City, and yeah, I want to talk about obviously Savinho and the whole game because, well, great performance. I'm not sure on that. I think it was a better performance. But yeah, here we go. Let's start with Ortega. Ortega, I give him a 7. I thought whenever he was called upon, he was good. I don't think he really made mistakes. I thought he was watching everything quite good. I can't really fault him. We got a bit lucky maybe near the beginning where there was a penalty appeal, but it was offside. But for me, I think he will be quite happy with his overall game. Vardy, when he gave away that loose header and Vardy runs in, Ortega fully ready for it, makes the save. And other times, when called upon, he was there, he was sound, he was good, never looked in doubt, is what I'd say. So, yeah, really happy with Ortega. Can't fault him at all. The whole back line, 6.5s. I thought they all did their part. I thought all of them were decent. Now then, bear in mind, we took on a lot of chances, but at the end of the day, we kept a clean sheet. I thought at times the defending was really good. The first half was pretty good from us. We just couldn't finish any of our chances, apart from the one that we did finish. But the whole back line, they kept the clean sheet. They did a good enough job. On another day, Leicester have gotten a goal. They hit the post twice. Bear in mind, So this wasn't a complete performance. It's not like Leicester didn't even get a sniff. They definitely got a sniff. And we almost paid the price on some occasions. But we didn't. And look, people say, oh, you got lucky. I'll take a bit of luck. If luck is what it takes to get a bit of a run going, to get some confidence going, and please give me all of it. All I want is my players to play their best football that they possibly can. It's all I've ever wanted from my City players, and it's all I hope the coach would ever want. The result is key. Getting the 3 points. By the way, if you're curious about other games in the Premier League right now, Forest 2-0 versus Everton. Crystal Palace has wrapped up 2-1 against Southampton. Wolves and Tottenham are drawing 2-2 in the 95th minute, as are Fulham and Bournemouth. Big late equalisers from both Bournemouth and Wolves. At the moment in the league, City are 5th in the league. And as long as Bournemouth and Fulham keep it to a draw, that's not going to change, which is all good in my books. Nottingham Forest, 2nd in the Premier League, by the way. And that game has ended now, 2-0 against Everton. But Nottingham Forest are 2nd now. Chelsea and Arsenal both have a game in hand. Bear in mind, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. But we are currently 5th, 4 points behind Chelsea. Like I've said, though, they've got a game in hand on us. And we could easily slip out of this position as Villa. They've got a game in hand on us. And as do Newcastle. Villa, Villa won't get us out of position. If they win, they'll go to 31 points, but they've got 9 goals behind us on goal difference. But Newcastle, if they win, they will definitely go above us because they have 29 points. And they're playing Manchester United, who are, believe it or not, only 8 points off relegation. So, there you go. That's the league table for you and how we're doing on that front. Good to keep the clean sheet, of course. I know I've mentioned that already. And also, it's an away win. It's a huge away win. I can't remember the last time we had an away win. and not just in the Prem, just on a whole. In our last eight away games before this, I think we'd lost 7 of them and drawn 1. I'll go back through and have a look. Last away win was Wolves 2-1, 20th of October. So it's been over 2 months since we last got an away win. And bear in mind, that came to a last-minute winner. So, not easy to say the least. Nonetheless, Wolves was our last away win, and this has been our next one. A 2-0 win. Was it convincing? In times it was. Did we deserve to win? I would say so, yeah. I think we made enough chances to definitely take the win here. I think I'd be surprised if anyone said that we robbed them. There was no dodgy decisions in this game for me. A couple of ones that were like, ooh, maybe, nearly. But nothing too much for me. Kovacic, 7. I thought he was really good today, driving the ball forward. I thought he was key to this victory. Was really good at winning the ball back, and I think this was one of his better performances this season. I was really pleased with Kova's impact on the game. De Bruyne, 7. Didn't get any goals or assists, but he made a lot of chances. Made the chance early on. Had a part to play in Savinho's goal and Haaland's goal, so he's got a part to play in both of those. I couldn't really fault De Bruyne in many areas. Okay, of course he's going to make mistakes. Of course he's going to have moments where you wish, it went better. But that's the type of player De Bruyne is. He takes risks, and if they pay off, then we're screaming and shouting and enjoy. And then if it doesn't, then we're gasping out of disappointment. But that's the type of player De Bruyne is. He's going to try to do things. He's going to try to do things that you wouldn't recommend. But he's Kevin De Bruyne, and he's no longer the best midfielder in the world, but at a time he was, and he's going to make big calls if he feels it's the right thing to do. Sometimes it's going to pay off, sometimes it's not. I was really happy with De Bruyne, though. Thought that he was, again, really crucial to winning. Bernardo, 6.5. I thought he was all right, slightly above average, did decent. Had a couple of decent moments, and I couldn't really fault him otherwise. Won a couple of fouls as well, which helped just bring the clock down a bit. So I was quite happy with Bernardo. Phil Foden, 6.5. Look, I think he was all right today. The shot from a while out in the first half, I was like, oh, why is he shooting from there? But to be fair, it goes on to create the first goal. Savinho gets on its rebound. So, I guess there's a pro and a con to everything. If Phil Foden doesn't take on that mile-out shot, Savinho doesn't score. So I was quite happy to see that take place, and that's what you need a bit more. You need a player ready to pounce on the rebound or something. Be ready for it. Not because it's like you want Phil Foden to miss, that you can score, but so that you can make sure that anything that does come up is taken. Savinho doesn't make that run. A defender probably gets to it. Keeper probably gets to it. But Savinho was sharp. Leicester defenders weren't. They weren't watching Savinho. And Savinho got himself a good finish off. On to Savinho. Again, I thought, just like against Everton, I thought he played quite well. Except against Everton, he had a lot of shots and he didn't take any of them. Today, quite the opposite. He didn't really have many shots, but he took what he got. That was the only chance all game for Savinho where I thought he's got to score, and he did. And so I can't fault him on that. The ball he whips into Haaland is absolutely inch perfect. He had a couple of other good moments in the game too, so I was really happy with Savinho. A great game for him, and I can't really fault him. Very happy with Savinho's game. And at Haaland, I give him a 6. He gets a goal, which I'm happy about. I'm really happy that he gets that finish. But at the same time, if that was the only chance he got, I'd probably give him a 7 because I thought overall play wasn't too shabby. But he missed a few chances. First 5 minutes, De Bruyne sets him up a really good chance. Keeper does make a good save, but again, it's still a miss for Haaland. Haaland goes on a really good run later in the half. It's a really nice run made by him. He skips past a few defenders, maybe about 3, and he just puts it wide. Just. Almost. Close. But not quite. So, look. Haaland, glad that he got a goal. Can't fault him for that. Lovely finish of his head. Savinho, inch-perfect cross. Haaland unmarked, right where he needed to be, and headed it home. And overall play, I didn't think was too bad either. Backtracking, trying to get the ball back for us. I don't think he was too bad. And overall clearing it as well. So, quite happy with Haaland today in some areas. But look, the main area for Haaland is finishing and taking chances and putting the scoreboard up. And he only really did that once. And to be honest, he could have had a hat-trick today. Onto the bench, Kyle Walker, 6. I thought it was all right. Came on, did the job. Didn't make any mistakes. Got a couple of clearances in. I'm pretty sure he plays the ball to McAtee, which eventually leads to Savinho's goal. To Haaland's goal. So fair play on that behalf. So Walker 6th. I thought he was fine. And on to McAtee. Look, I want this guy starting on the right wing next game. Officially, he's going to be. Spoiler alert: he's going to be in my predicted 11 off the right. He already has been a couple of times this season because I've wanted him to get minutes, but now I don't see why not. He was absolutely brilliant when he came on, had multiple good moments, almost scored a lovely goal, almost curled it into the top corner. The run he goes on was superb, takes on his man, Christensen, I believe, and goes on to get a lovely contribution to that goal, plays it to De Bruyne, who plays it to Savinho, who whips it into Haaland. I can't really fault McAtee for the time he came on. I thought he was really good and was electric. Wasn't scared, went into everything. So, McAtee, definitely a 7. Now, I'm just going to go to the stats of the game because I think they're worth looking at. I know I've just given the players a lot of praise for that game, and, why not? They just won. But there's still a lot to look at. Leicester today had 11 shots, 4 on target on us. We had 14 shots, 5 on target. So we just about edged them on chances that created and all that. But still, teams getting 11 shots on us probably shouldn't be happening. It's not something we like to see. And 4 on target as well meant Ortega had quite a bit of work to do. Now in possession, 54% to Leicester. It's something we've got to keep an eye on. Leicester had more ball than us today. That is a fact. And at times, they had a lot more ball than us. I remember the first 20 minutes of that first half, they were all over us. We couldn't do anything. It was a very difficult second half to watch against Leicester because they were completely all over us. It felt hopeless. Passes, they had 567 to our 495. No, we had 90% passing accuracy. They had 93. Leicester's passing, a lot of it was to the back line. Okay, but again, they didn't make many mistakes. We need to try and force mistakes a bit more. We need to try and, make Leicester make the mistake. Fair play to Leicester. 93% passing accuracy is brilliant. And can't fault them for that. But, we need to find a way to get on that ball a bit more, control the game a bit better, frustrate Leicester. Fouls, 6 to us, 11 for them. And, a couple of other stats, 3 offsides for them, 2 for us, 4 corners each. So, not much really to complain about there. But on another day, that this game could be 5-0 to us. But Leicester, again, they hit the post twice. They came very close at times. We should have had this game killed in the first half, I think is the thing. We definitely should have been up 3-0 at half-time. We had the opportunities for it, and we struggled in the second half because we didn't take those chances. Second half might be different if Leicester are like, okay, we're 3-0 down. We tried to play a bit explosive in that first half. We got battered because of it. Let's just sit back now and try and take the result. And what did we go and do? We didn't take our chances. We made Leicester think they were still in the game, and they were still in the game. And they so very nearly got us. On another day, it's 1-1 at certain points in that game. Maybe it's even 2-1 to Leicester. Maybe it's 2-1 to us. Leicester got a goal back, or they equalised, and we had to go and find a winner. A very difficult game for us. But look, the most important thing is the win. Savinho, absolutely brilliant. I was so happy with his performance, and I hope that it is the beginning of more brilliant performances, because Leicester was a good, and Everton I thought he was decent too, but this one, more like this please, because really big step in the right direction. Thank you all for tuning in. I do appreciate it. City back on the weekend against West Ham. But this game week's not over for MCFC Connect, as we're going to be watching, is it Newcastle versus United? I'm not sure if it's at Old Trafford or not. I believe it might be. So stay tuned for that. We're going to watch that tomorrow. Hopefully we're going to have a good time watching that. But nonetheless, big ups to everyone that tuned in. I do appreciate your support. Make sure to hit the likes on the stream if you haven't already. And I will see you all in the next one.